So we're coming live today from Boyer Oval and down here with the Duff TV.
Who's playing?
Dodgers Ferry and New Norfolk.
Who do you think will win?
Dodgers Ferry.
All right, it's round 4 action from Boyer Oval. Today here we're at New Norfolk for the New Norfolk game against Dodgers Ferry Sharks. My name's Tubes Taylor and I'm joined by Reid Hooker, who I was going to say was from Dodgers Ferry, but you're actually from Lauderdale, but originally you're from here, mate.
That's right, Tubes. Born in New Norfolk, born and raised, went to New Norfolk High School and played probably my first 50 games for the New Norfolk Eagles back in the early 90s, a good while ago now.
Mate, a glorious oval we've got here. You said earlier that it's as big as the MCG. How did that happen?
Well, in 1945, Tubes, the social club down at the A&M newsprint mill chucked in some money each week, and they'd have meat raffles and whatever. And then they put it to management that for every $1 they raised, would the management match it for $1 to build the Boyer Oval, which was formed in 1945. Now, this oval was built, like you alluded to, the exact same dimensions as the MCG, and that was one of the part of the conditions that they actually got the money. When they first started here, they didn't have change rooms. They had some old men's single quarters that were demountables from up at Strathgord and Powell Village. Brought them down here on the truck and chucked them over on the southern end there, and away you go.
Well, steeped in history up here in the Derwent Valley, Reid, and I'm looking forward to today's game. I think these two sides, New Norfolk and Dodgers Ferry, are probably as even as they're going to get across the competition. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree, Tubes Taylor. I think that's it's going to be very even, particularly in the midfield. I know that both Dodgers and New Norfolk have got some good hard-on ballers. And then, of course, their forward structures are very similar in their setup, with some big key targets. They'll try and obviously get it into those big key targets, but both teams have got a lot of good running forwards. And I think we're going to see a really good open game too on a bigger field.
Yeah, I agree. I think the open spaces here at Boyer are suited to probably a running team like Dodgers. It'll be interesting to see how New Norfolk go with their veterans of Marcus Parker, Lovell, Rowan Heron, who played okay last week. And the young fella down back, Josh Farrow, he played really well down back. He played on Barry Hall last year,
right,
so
yeah, right.
He's come a long way. Who are the players to watch at Dodgers?
Well, over the last couple of weeks, Tommy Bennett has been very good in the forward line. He's been sneaking round there on the heels of other big tall forwards for 3 or 4 goals a game. I think Jono Bullock has been a little bit, fair to say, through his own admissions, he's been a little bit quiet this season. He's another hard nut on baller. Last year's Dodgers Ferry best and fairest winner, and also I think he got 3rd or 4th in the association best and fairest, so a skillful player in Jono Bullock. I think they're going to miss Sigo not floating across half-back and helping out in the ruck, but they have got a couple of new guys, and one of those, Big Tim Daff, and he'll start off in the ruck, so again, I think it's going to be a good, close contest.
Absolutely, Reid. All right, we'll leave it there and we'll cut to the action in just a few moments. In the ruck up against the big man in Campbell Hooker. They do well to break it down here, the Eagles. This is the first time it's been down in the forward 50 for the Sharks. Does that one just need a little bit more talk?
I was just about to say, a bit of chat there between Jono and Timmy.
The Bierman brothers match up as it goes down forward. Here's Solkowski. He's got Parker long if he wants. Murphy's with all the work to do. Going back with the flight, you can't do that. It'll be a free kick going to Marcus Parker.
Probably just took his eyes off the ball, Jakey, just at the right time there, I think, or the wrong time.
Well, we'll see it here in the Bennett's Petroleum Mood Food replay.
Gee.
Tough call, but you can't impede a bloke if you... I don't know. Anyway, umpire's in the right spot.
Parks is going to just set it up to the top of the square, I think.
Jeez, he's giving it a fair roost, and that's gone through. What a beauty from Marcus Parker from outside 50 here at the biggest oval in the state.
Now, you might not have known this, Tubes, but back in the day, the Lackland Footy Club, which was based over at Kensington Park over the back of the New Norfolk High School, they also wore the Eagles' colours.
Oh, really?
So Lackland were red, white and black. The Saints, as were the Eagles, and every now and then they'd have the double. They'd have Lackland play, then the Colts, then the reserves, then the seniors, and it'd be Lackland and New Norfolk playing against, Mugara and Clarence.
They're out here now, the Sharks. Big Boozer sends it down into a pocket. No one's down there, but the man down there running is Yule. Tangata just pops up into his hands, and that's a good handball.
Oh,
Morgan's caught with a footy. Here goes the big man Dunn, and he bends it round beautifully. Geordie Dunn.
Jordan Dunn, also a very sneaky little player in front of goals.
Bush punt through the middle of Boyer Oval. Eisel just couldn't quite take the mark. Bierman, strength. It's nicely picked up here. Spinning out of trouble there was Lovell. Might have been Thompson, actually.
Oh, he's got him, I
he's
think.
caught holding the footy. So Marcus Parker, from a tough angle, these pockets are quite deep, just massages it a little bit, and that's a
great
strong
grab.
mark. Tyron Rainbird.
Takes his own stats,
Right.
which is interesting in itself.
Well,
but an interesting point is, here in the commentary box, do we call a kick out a stat?
No.
No. They
Ed
might.
Stanley likes it off the boot.
Yeah, he does. I hope Marcus Parker's okay, because I noticed those last couple. Here we go. I noticed Marcus was sort of staying put. That's a good snap on goal.
Don't tell me that's a brilliant
clear.
goal. That's excellent stuff from the captain, Jacob Wigg. It's big Campbell Hooker. He's a beautiful left foot kick. He'll kick from outside 50. He'll need every bit of him. And I'll tell you what, that's going to get there too. Beautiful stuff from Campbell Hooker.
Nice goal.
His first goal.
And just like we were chatting about, Tubes, that's really good for Dodgers, because New Norfolk had done it. We saw early with Marcus Parker. Those big forwards, when you get a shot, you really got to make it pay down. That's what they're there to do.
Well, this is a beautiful kick, and he just leant back on it beautifully.
Free in the centre 50. He's going to have a shot right on the buzzer.
Yep. So this will be Tyson Isel's first, if he can make Dodgers Ferry pay right on half time.
They like
and he
it.
does. So Tyson Isel kicks his first. It's the 5th of the quarter
Umpire
for
says
New
yes,
Norfolk.
mate. Yes.
We're joined by the Derwent Valley Mayor, Ben Shaw. Thanks for joining us on the map.
Thanks, Tubes. Good to see you.
Great to see you too, mate. Now, what a beautiful outlook we've got here, mate. This footy club means a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. New Norfolk Footy Club's been in my life, I guess, forever. Grandfather played here. All of our family played here. Most people, were watching today will know the Claytons. So, that's my stock. I've played here, been president. So, yeah, it's certainly, I love the place. I'm not officially involved in it anymore, but certainly love to get back to the footy and have a beer now. So.
The heart's in the right place as far as the club goes, mate. And the club's going all right now. You've got plans as a community to build and a bit more infrastructure around the place?
Yeah, of course. So, we always want better facilities, but we've had sort of plans to get new grandstand and new change rooms over the last probably 8 to 10 years. We've really needed it. Unfortunately, we've been promised by the wrong level of government. So Labor's promised the upgrades for the last 2 federal elections, and of course Labor hasn't got in. So, and I'm not political either way, so I don't have a party. I don't care who comes up with the money. We need some money for the Boyer Oval and the Derwent Valley. So footy's growing. We've got heaps of girls playing junior footy now. We've got a female women's side over here who plays before the Colts and the reserves of a Saturday. So we definitely need those facility upgrades.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most footy clubs do that have that women's side, don't they? And how have you seen the process for the boys this year on field?
Look, they've done really well, and not to talk sort of too much back of house, but I know a lot of clubs in the SFL, the players have just decided to play for the love of it, which is a really good thing. Get back, just play footy. That's really exciting. No one's taking any money, and clubs are going to struggle. Everyone's struggling because of COVID and the lockdowns and the restrictions. But to see the boys and pull a pretty good side off as well. Like a couple of the older boys have come back, but we've got some really good young guys coming through as well. Pulled a few from Bothwell and a few from the OTFA, which is disappointing from their point of view, but good for us, and hopefully we can show them a good time here and maybe they'll stick around.
Maybe they'll stick around. All right, well, Ben, thanks so much for joining us, mate. All the best with your mayoral duties, and I know your heart's on the field, and hopefully the boys, the Eagles, can get a win for you today.
Cheers, mate. I'm sure they'll do all right. Ta.
Sneaks across in front. That kick down towards Parker. Parker worked under the ball nicely down there by Murphy. Suki. His kick comes forward. And it's marked again. Lovell, has he got the journey? He thinks so. He's happy with it.
He'll shovel Lovell.
And that's an absolute rip. And he's exactly a similar sort of character to Rowan Heron. He'll be having a wry little smile there, Lovell. Look at him. There's little Tat.
Yeah, he's over there.
Sideline.
Little Tats. Apparently he's a butcher and he used to love the Jono sauces.
Oh yeah, he loves it. He's now a public servant, isn't he?
Is that right? He's given up the meat.
He's working.
He's probably doing too many hours as a butcher.
Yeah, he was. He was a hard worker down there.
Back to part-time.
Dodgers Ferry Meats. What a guy.
Yeah, right. There you go, Simo. I've put the mockers on him now, saying he's been a bit quiet today and charges out with the ball. Oh, good mark there. Gives Benny Richmond a bit of a... There it is, mate.
Shearing, how big are his arms?
Yeah.
You've been working out there, big Shearer. Bierman, it's Jake, he's so good. Love watching him play footy. His kick comes out wide towards Lovell, just skids along
Bounce, big
nicely.
daff.
Who's parked their little moped under the scoreboard over there?
I saw that little Vespa straight from Italy.
They got a long ride home, haven't they? Here comes Hooker. Hooker with a burner.
A worm burner.
Yeah, worm burner. Goes all right.
We haven't seen too many worm burners today.
Matheson's
Chips it
probably
up.
been one of the best.
Oh,
That's his bad knee. That's his bad knee. Out it comes now.
Simo been good this quarter.
Yeah, his handball was untowards now.
Game.
Clifford got his handball off to Bierman. Bierman shrugs one.
I don't
now
know.
from 50, can he send it home?
I almost thought for a minute he was going to have a bounce.
He thought about it, but that's a beauty.
Yeah, that's a nice goal.
Which Bierman was it, though? It was Jake. Oh, no, it was Jai.
Just go with Jay Bierman. Sock it off the ground.
Farrow with a fresh airy. Here comes Richmond, Eden Bailey.
Tommy Yule just launches. That's a beautiful kick on goal from Tommy Yule. It's going to skid through. Yes, it does.
That's Tommy Bennett. Actually,
Tommy Bennett. Sorry, mate.
No, he's my man, Tommy Bennett. I love him. So the margin now shoots back a little bit further. And here they come, Young, quickly out of the middle. Bouncing ball, Banks Smith. His kick into space. There's so much of it up here at Boyer.
Sure is. 2-on-1 here. He's all got to get it out.
Dunn got his handball away, but only as far
right
as Jake Bierman. Bierman goes in towards Parker and co. The big fly over the back.
Good mark.
Just smart. And then the little step over from Marcus Parker.
He said, look out of the way, please, Pumba.
Have a look at this. Just read it beautifully. He does that so much. That's his career has been built on reading the football, reading the flight of the footy.
Hard to imagine Marcus missing that. His slight angle, maybe 30 metres out.
Mark it down. There you go. I'll put the
commentary
I hope you haven't
put the
What have I done?
I hope you haven't put the mockers on him, mate.
I'm a big fan of Marcus Parker. I love the way he plays footy. He's a beautiful kick.
He hasn't let you down either, mate. That's straight through the middle.
No, he's got his 3 goals and he celebrates.
Yep.
Little high fives for the captain Wig. 15 goals kicked in 3 quarters of footy for the Eagles. The goal kickers for the Eagles, Marcus Parker with 5. 2 to Tyron Rainbow and Josh Clifford, then singles to Jake Bierman, Josh Hills, Jai Bierman, Jacob Wigg, Tyson Eisel and Rowan Heron. Jai Bierman, ID Clothing Player of the Match, and he didn't want to be on screen, didn't want to be on the telly, mate, did you?
He's got me good there.
That's all right, mate. We'll whack that on. You can put that on the wet hair. ID Clothing Player of the Match. How's your season going, mate?
Yeah, going well, actually, yeah.
Pretty happy with it?
Enjoying it with the boys.
Yeah, mate. And you got a couple of goals today?
I think I got 1, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you played a good game. I thought you were pretty solid up there. And it's your brother, Jake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him over there, mate.
Yeah, he's going all right too. He's no, mate. You were best. What I'm saying to you, mate, is you were best on ground today.
Oh, it's all right.
Tell us about your 18th last week. What happened?
Can't remember it. She was a big one.
Well done, Jai. You're a great player to watch, mate. We love watching you here at Duff TV, and congratulations, ID Clothing Player of the Match.
Yeah, thanks.
Good on you, Jai. There he goes, the player of the match, the most sheepish little fellow we've ever seen. He ran straight into the showers. He's in there for about 25 minutes, but he was the ID Clothing Player of the Match. Clifford got his handball off to Bierman. Bierman shrugs one. Now, from 50, can he send it home?
I almost thought for a minute he was going to have a bounce.
He thought about it, but that's a beauty.
Yeah, that's a nice goal.